Hello again, I'm Anna Delman and welcome back for another opportunity of encouragement. It is my day number 49 and I have titled it The Day After. So obviously the day after means it was the day after yesterday, and yesterday I shared with you it was my 1-year anniversary after having been carted away to hospital for a 5-week stay, surgery, etc., and then the opportunity of living life afresh and achieving those things that are important to me. So it's the day after. It is in many ways another start of a 365-day journey, seeing that I am giving myself these goals that I now have restored health to achieve those things I wasn't able to for quite a good few years. So on the day after, what we need to do, write down your hopes. What are your hopes to achieve something within a year? And my year isn't starting today for another 365 days. It's starting in a progression. Today is my number 49, so it's a continuation of that. On day 49, for the next, until I reach that 365-day mark, what are my hopes? What is my strategy to achieve them? And in that, we need to get down to the nitty-gritty of our hopes and the strategy to achieve it. Really take a good look at how you're able to do that. Be honest with your critical analysis of your life. It's no use saying I'm going to go for a 5-mile hike today. I could do that many years ago. I cannot do it today. So for me to say that's what I'm going to do every day for the next week, that is not an honest assessment if I critically analyze my life. I need to do those things which I can. Maybe at the end of this I'll be able to do that 5-mile hike. I hope so. I love hiking and long walks. And then we need to be fair to ourselves in the things that we are listing out. And once we've written down our hopes, considered a strategy to achieve them, gotten down to the nitty-gritty and the honesty of it, and critically analyzed the complexities of our life to achieve it, then we need to be disciplined, we need to be strict, we need to be kind and extend grace in our working towards that goal. And I'm looking forward to it. I am so looking forward to what the next year for me holds, and as I step up my ability to perform and function on a daily basis, I am looking so very forward to it. I just knocked the camera. I'm sorry. I often do that with my camera, and I do need to apologize. Okay, so now on to the 6th chapter of Proverbs, and this is a really good one because it's loaded with practical warnings, and if we have a sober moment in our life, just to sit down and consider them, and we know they are true, and yet here it is instructing us and reminding us. So verse 2 says, if you are snared in the words of your mouth, caught in the words of your mouth, then do this, my son, and save yourself, for you have come into the hand of your neighbor. Go hasten and plead urgently with your neighbor. It's talking about a financial arrangement. You've partnered with somebody, you sign surety for them, and when you sign surety for somebody, it is obligating you financially to come to their rescue if their circumstances fall apart. You shouldn't be doing things like that, not even if it's a family member, because you cannot vouch for it. In my own family, there's a history of my parents doing that for their first cousin, and it created a rift in the family for many years. That money was never ever recovered. So go to it, and that's practical wisdom. If you commit yourself to somebody, whether it's to help at a market stall, or to go and pick somebody up at the airport, and then you're just really not able to do it and it crowds your time, you need to be honest with people and make that correction. And then another one which goes perfectly with my considering my strategy for continued progress in life is verse number 6. Go to the ant, O sluggard, consider her ways, and be wise. Without having any chief officer or ruler, she prepares her bread in summer and gathers her food in harvest. How long will you be there, O sluggard? When will you arise from your sleep? A little slumber, a little folding of hands to rest, and on it goes. We can, if we're honest and fair and critical in all of that analysis, we can admit to ourselves that we can do more. And that's what I want to hold myself accountable to. So as I'm reading through this, I'm showing you the practical application of what that should look like in my life. I need to assess in those moments when I have it down for my day to go for a 20-minute walk. Is the discomfort I'm feeling my muscles, or is it something I just need to work through? Those are the assessments that we need to make, and we need to be fair and honest just to make sure that we don't do anything that will injure ourselves. But we can do these things, and we must. And then I wanted to reference another 16, verse number 16. There are 6 things that the Lord hates, and here the reference is to God, because Lord is in all caps, and that is referring to God. 7 that are an abomination to him: haughty eyes, a lying tongue, and hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked plans, feet that make haste to run to evil, a false witness who breathes out lies, and one who sows discord among brothers. And then I wanted to go back a bit, because I forgot to reference this, verse 12. A worthless person, a wicked man, goes about with crooked speech, winks with his eyes, signals with his feet, points with his finger, with perverted heart devises evil, continually sowing discord. Now that one was so interesting to me, because that can be said of many people who appear congenial. I like congenial people. I love congeniality. I like to practice that to myself, and that falls under grace. Like when you're at the supermarket and the checkout person is a little testy, and you congenial, you encourage them, and you be sweet. So as much as congenial isn't a positive, there are many people, it's like called gift of the gab. They are using that congeniality to mask the reality of who they are. Sweet talkers, smooth talkers. I don't think sweet talkers is a good description. Smooth talker. We've all met that in life, and they're continually trying to joke around and be jocular and pointing fingers and, shuffling their feet in a cutesy way, and, as they shuffle along somewhere, they're trying to encourage you to come with them. Run from them. I have met so many of those kind of people in my life. Only if I had this foundation at that season of my life to stand on, to give me the wisdom I needed to respond correctly. And that goes right into what I read about those things that God hates. No wonder he hates them. We all know these people are not good in our lives, and we need to stay away from them. And here we have it. Now you may think, well, why do I need to read Proverbs? To do that, because it's a good reminder. It's a good daily discipline to be aware of, and to know that it is from the creator of the universe, the creator of mankind, who in his book directs us what is good and what is not good. It doesn't mean, if you, as I've said before, if you apply this, that you're not going to come across nasty people in your life. I've just referenced nasty people I've met in my own. If only I had been wise enough in my youth to have the courage to stand up and walk away. We all need that, and that is why I love discipling and encouraging particularly younger people, and even people my own age who haven't had fair instruction in their life from their parent figures, from their mother and father persons, mentors, disciples. When they haven't had that, we need to walk away. We owe it to ourselves, to the future person who we want to become. So once again, it is my day 49, which perfectly flowed over into chapter 6 of Proverbs, on the direction and the calling to which I want to have my life walked through and in. So I hope you'll be back tomorrow for day number 50, and until then, take care and God bless, and I'll talk to you then. Bye bye.